tuju nyutukan wate kwarwa mewe luang melango tuju note karachel kermelango bino jumlate.
Because of the venue, Kayine worry most of the trees around
UTC.
You know, George Then on the roof of those classes, those buildings, I'm happy. Elmina and Desmos was emceeing or moderating at some point in the program. And he was appealing so much. Ni unameuti itumaro cha. One pomere chulu mo chulu kuo. Timunu be. You come down. But of course, in India, man, you can have and all that. So you can again they were under influence of drugs. So generally, the preparation was not very good, but still, I want to thank our overall commander, the regional police commander, and the DPCs, and of course, the army. We did our best, irrespective of that gap. We find a way to fill in those gaps. And indeed, we were able. At some point, I think the officials got some bouncers. Now, and the stewards. Okay? But now, in the UTC, the perimeter fence.
Yes.
Perimeter fence, no doubt, really. It is very weak now. And even if it was new, the crowd are men of DNA, so the planning generally was underrated. I mean, you can from the eastern side, you know, okay, that point, team fans may at this province, and at some point, you were breaking the perimeter fence, and that became very challenging. At some point, I win your moderator, the officers who are with rifles. I may check it for them, okay? You are many lady in the within the perimeter fence for crowd management. They had to come in. You are taking a gun and check them pay. But we had no option. There we can defend we had no option, but because where would we take those guys? Pick from them in the first round to the station? No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
But of course, it is outside the proper rules and regulations. But at the end of the day...
Yes. Afando, I'll get back to you in about one minute.
Io morì che ne parto la voglio capire per te. Mi bere goia che ne vuoi che per me come richiamare su. Non bando mi bene no che metti che internet. Ti che mai app new this start che non ton hash. Da che data drone di kuka ka. Do it in Airtel.
Behaving here. Because literally, I think my brother Belmont will bear with me as a witness that Kaname fans meant to approving Obedi, and I put like they were pushing to almost come into the playground. And then I'm breaking the perimeter fence. I'm a man who in the bed. In fact, at some point, they almost came up to the corner flag. I was worried that maybe the referee because those are minor things that people carry. They see. And such gaps can give problem to the home team. Okay? But by and large, we manage with the presence of the personnel that we have, and of course, bouncers and officials should have which was okay. And they were all displeased. So, but of course, it was not. We would love to see that happen again.
Kano ini advising province. Personnel at the from Uganda Police Force. Managing. Could the crowd
No.
Let's say 15. 15 are making expecting. Yes. Personnel are not.
Okay. You see, when it comes to deployment, after deployment, aspects of Koponi want to get personnel, deploy personnel near Rio, personnel PRB. But we need enough personnel. We need plain clothes and uniform personnel. So that plain clothes no gitiga within. Eka they will be updating those ones in uniform for purposes of action. Then intelligent people, Genga Berbo wear a year, Jomanian, and all that. Then for them, they just tip. The action officers are the ones now, in uniform, keep a man at chance. So that is how it should be. But of course, we have learned. And I'm only level I may want to be any. Actually, I was with a copy of actually, my rather in finals. I could let's wait and see. I don't know that way, man, so, man, no one I could bell must begin to check it short. But of course, if it happens like that, in fact, this code is good. If you don't fans are made, they are well. Me, I was telling one of the I say people underrated. From the previous edition, you've been seeing it. Walk of life from all corners of the world. Maybe why would we plan like this? So I am happy. I go my bed. Stadium module again. Yet of course that stadium, I don't know how it will be.
Because that excitement maybe no the stadium down here. Now, you are down here. But I pour crowd the war.
Because this stadium is 20,000 seats.
Yes.
Now we had
close to 100,000.
You get. and this reminds me,
yes.
The Uganda claims 2006. Okay, Uganda claims that people get it. Or neighbors, Barwana. Do you know? What 65? 45,000 sitters. Okay. But we had people down in Man Stadium, but the crowd was beyond almost 60,000. So plus almost 20,000 people. That is too big. So Akiba is going to be small. But of course, that is what the government has given us. We should appreciate, and we shall continue appreciating. So, from the perspective of Game Award, outside incident, we had some few cases of phone snatching. Okay, more thing how this man was. How he was grabbed after they end up breaking the glass of the vehicle. Because in the process of grabbing him, they hit the back of that vehicle. Tell me, they will kill me. Of course, Jomi and get a 1-2-1-2 landing one. Then immediately security came. So those are some of the issues more now. Then the issue of traffic. I want to thank our traffic team. They did their best. The management of traffic flow was perfect. From the main gate to the entrance, the main road, that junction. We had traffic officers. I ran about total. Because of traffic officers. I made that only. Utoka mete ya ile site odahome. Utoka mete ya ki Ubote Avenue. Keranga mete chapati ya you can so to say. If that control was not there, no what would happen probably.
Yes. Afando came up kede accident, no incident among team UTC. When you damn accident or team outside UTC. Now to na hito. Attain merit.
But what kind of accident?
Motor accidents.
Yes, there was a motor accident at the I mean, the incident happened, but of course that one we cannot relate it to.
Even more than Kaida
Well, there are many updates I may this morning. I have not yet got all. Yeah. So another thing was access to the venue.
Yes.
Access to the venue was also okay. Our team were at the main gate, did their best, and they were controlling, they were checking. Including mine, when I came, they also checking, which was okay. So that means we had minimal issues relating.
But at some point, Chel ma chok kede Kliza, me Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Don't get on. Dano do dani.
And those are the challenges the man had. We need the number of people expected was beyond the number of people are not being. You get.
Okay.
So the gap also came.
Yes.
And we start one to tickets.
Yes. Afando kema. Ngatu penyo ni Johnny Marco Yeruyon, Uneno Dion. Unyoche, there was some laxity by the security, not to block them. May would be
Oh, you see, Mike. Security, I don't know, security. Okay? We are not like angels. And we cannot be everywhere. You get.
But
remember, remember target here on the point I made on one here. You can imagine when for crowd management it was check pay security like police Doningo in that arena the perimeter fence. But we had to, that was not planned for. Ours was basically seeing me entrance was okay, the crowd were meeting and all that was okay and all that. Now, Joamo we are putting on. Now, what do you say about that?
bring them down. You are Uganda police force. You use force to bring them down.
Yes. But I'm telling you, the management asked for 15 personnel. Now, how will someone run from this? First of all, within the radius of in Pangeka, where you could not, level of movement was very impossible. Can you take in point A, maybe I point A to go to another point? The crowd was too big.
It took me 15 That is why.
was a he well faced. Akari Bekiri police.
Incident similarly.
Kwetu bedo be ngide tamoni Joshua ducha na hanin jagin pe oneno komcha. Obedo kabedo. Later realizing it was more than one. And I around the beach. And I don't know your ako bingato rin yara ko ni kajo rete yo then
San Sebastian. Unity FM on embedded Uganda Communications Commission on your UCC.
Right on your radio, dakika pia dek kwa chele kumchawa dek dikumeni na tili Tiero ko jaro ma bisiero rete pin report wi ja ko ni dana chele ye wodo pay come ento be dana me mu welo ya teso sub region no bino meneno dilo do tune no kara jen kirango ame dihini katu kumaro tie level a jalman wana tor yo bari ni pe hame jalman pe noye bien man tor be rakamwa studio tikere lo pili men no yoga region SPGB Patrick Okema kere lo lango province gom belmos puri neriti line ento dan wan neriti penyini wana beru na kare kuno be di ko ni lango font me lango tia me wo ento ti mer mo tia me ti mera me kero ba to the extent I mean mo no hata wo to ho jo ye er jo ho be yo now ikori situation na jalman wano ge no ningo matches excitement tie pitimu di
Mike, Adilu is fun because they want to have fun. And Tinjo Mokena me as management. Tijua be